Hey friends, welcome to Osaka, Japan for a few hours. It's home time. We're heading back to the UK. It's our travel day home.
Via Shanghai.
Via Shanghai, yes. So, we're sat at a bus stop at the moment. We've got to get the bus from here. We're at Yodobashi, right?
Yeah, we don't have to get the bus. We could have got the tube. It's not quite as direct, and also we found with the tubes here there are a lot of stairs, and there are sometimes lifts and escalators, but they're quite hard to find.
Yep.
So it's just easier, I think, to get the bus. Although we don't know how busy the bus is going to be, so we'll see. But it's about rush hour now.
Could be awkward with
5:30.
two large bags and two small bags, but we're going to give it a go. We can
We've
use
already sent home some stuff though, haven't we? We went to the post office. And
sent home some stuff and still
And
have
to be
two
honest,
full
I'm glad that we
suitcases.
did that because we would have had another suitcase. We haven't even got enough hands for these suitcases.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. But we'll get the bus. We can use our Suica card, which is like their version of an Oyster card, on buses and tubes. When we get to Osaka Station, I think we can use our Japan Rail Pass.
We've got a train booked actually but we couldn't book bags, so I don't know how that's going to work because you have to book your oversized luggage. But maybe that when the train goes to the airport, they know that everybody's going to have oversized baggage, so they don't really care as much.
Yeah, that's true. It was a bit tricky, but it's good that you can book seats. And actually, there's a lot of cars here that you just can't go into if you don't have a reserved seat. But then there's
We've accidentally got onto a couple of trains that are reserved only, haven't we?
but then there's like 3 or 4. Like if you go on the Shinkansen, the bullet trains, if it's an 8-car train, you'll have 5 of them reserved and like 3 of them normal.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a reserved seat, you just go and sit in.
And the normal hasn't been that busy actually.
No, it really
like
hasn't.
every time we've been able to get a seat. So
Yeah, I mean, we got the Japan Rail Pass. I wouldn't bother getting it again.
no.
I think it's been an utter waste of money.
Yeah, it was really expensive.
Yeah,
it was the most expensive thing we've bought.
Yeah, apart from the vacation packages we take it at Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was £1,000 for both of us to have this Japan Rail Pass to like, oh, you've got all your trains paid for and all that lot, and then
But none of the subways are included.
yeah,
Some of the buses are, I think. But we don't know which ones are and which ones aren't.
yeah, and
Because the lady we did a tour in Hiroshima, and she said, "Oh, this is a JR bus." You wouldn't have known unless she'd have told us. You wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
So
you can get an app to tell you which ones do JR and which ones don't, but
obviously it's less direct as well, isn't it?
it is less direct because it'll probably like take you off at a different station,
Like to the main station.
10 minutes away or something from where you want to be, rather than like right there.
And we haven't really had time to be faffing with that.
No, so it depends how much money versus time. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're like made of money. We're absolutely not.
But even if we didn't have the JR pass, I would say just using the Suica would have been cheaper.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then we could the Shinkansen you can't do on the Suica, but we've used the Shinkansen 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And we could have bought those tickets say they were 50 quid each. We would have still made quite a big saving.
Yeah. So I just wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother getting the JR pass. But so we're gonna get the bus. We'll get to Osaka Station, and then from Osaka Station we've got to get a JR train, which we can use the JR pass on, to go to Kansai Airport, Osaka Kansai Airport, and then from there we're flying from Kansai to Shanghai. Transit in Shanghai, but we're transiting overnight, and because I'm of an age now where I am not under any circumstances sleeping in an airport, we're going to leave the airport and we've got a hotel booked. We've got the Holiday Inn Express.
I think I'm quite glad that we're doing it that way, because otherwise I think we would be really stressing in the morning. We'd have to be up at ridiculous o'clock. We'd have I know we're going to have a long day anyway, but we're going to have a really, really long day. At least tomorrow we get to get up at sort of a reasonable time, 6, 7 o'clock.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than like 4.
Yeah.
Even so, right? Like if we'd have done it that way, if we'd have done it at like 4 or 5, and tomorrow, I probably would have got a different hotel for tonight and stayed closer to the airport tonight.
True.
which would have been potentially added. I don't know if they charge like we do over in
It would
the
have
UK.
been a faff though, because we would have had to have gone, checked in, and then checked out again, and driven there, and then somehow got a shuttle to the airport. It's just
It's not worth
Yeah.
it. So
too much
yeah,
hassle.
it's what it is. But yeah, so
I mean, this is going to be a hassle too, but we didn't want to pay for the direct flight away from Heathrow to Osaka. So
yeah, direct flights were like $3,000 for us.
yeah, no.
We're not having them with that. But yeah, so we will also have a things we learned in Japan video up at some point to like just give you an idea of what we would do, what we wouldn't do next time. Things we've learned from our trip. We've been here 3 weeks, so we've learned a fair chunk. We'll have that up at some point after this video. So go and check that out if you're planning a trip to Japan, and basically don't make the same mistakes we did, or listen to us and
At least you're going into it prepared then.
Yeah.
There are some things that were a pain in the ass, but we would probably still do again.
Yeah.
Because they're things that we, would wanted to do or feel like we had to have done. You know?
yeah, for sure. So if you guys do enjoy the video throughout and you enjoy following along on our travel day, we are not going to enjoy our travel day because we're going back home.
And
hope-
we're going to be exhausted. Although the good thing I always find is on the way back, because I'm so tired from the holiday, I sleep on the plane, whereas on the way here I can't sleep on the plane.
Hi.
Yeah.
Whereas on the way back, it's sad.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you guys do enjoy the video throughout, give us a thumbs up. Do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. And it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. Let's take to the sky. Well, we made it on the bus. That was a nightmare because there was very little space, but we're now at Osaka Station. We've just seen our boy band here. I'll put a little clip of them in now. They're pretty good. They were pretty good. Now we've got to find our way around Osaka Station. I think we've got to go up on the escalator, so maybe we'll find an elevator though. We are in Osaka Station and it is absolutely manic. Nobody moves out the way.
It's rush hour.
It is rush hour, yeah, granted. We need to get the fast train to chocolate coffee beans she's given me.
Not rabbit poo.
We're going to get the fast train to the airport and it's on the Haruka line. So we spent ages going from one end of the station to the other, and then the Haruka line is downstairs, so we got to take the escalator down or we can take the lift. I think it's better to take the lift because we got 4 bags.
But this is why it's easier to get the bus.
We're here
Yeah.
and we got to go
There.
somewhere.
There.
Haruka. Oh, 1 floor down, that's okay. So in order to get the tube to the airport, you need to come down the stairs, go past Uniqlo, turn left, past the Family Mart, and then go through this tunnel. It's black on the outside, the tunnel is white then, but it is right the way at the end. So we have just missed our train that we had a reserved seat on. So we've got to take the one in 30 minutes, just because it purely because it wasn't signed very well. There's no sign before the tunnel. It doesn't actually say airport on this or anything. So right at the very end you'll see the ticket gates. You can use your JR pass or you can use your IC card, I believe. And then we're through here, and for us it's platform 21, which is over there. So we need to go downstairs now. So now we are down on platform 21. Like I said, you're gonna get lost probably on the way. But we made it in the end. You had to go all the way through that corridor, through the ticket gates, down. We came down the elevator because we got bags, and the next train, they're every 30 minutes, which isn't too bad. I thought it would be an hour, but we're in a car, or we're waiting for a car here that's non-reserved. Should be here in a minute. I think they'll give us a couple of minutes to get on the train rather than the subway like just leaves straight away. comes in 30 seconds, you get on, you go. But I think this one's going to give us a few minutes, hopefully. So sadly, we are on the train. We got the train that we planned to get second. We should have got the 1803 and we missed that because we couldn't find the place, but we got 1833. It takes just shy of an hour. I think it's like 50 minutes, 55 minutes or so to get there. The airport is really far away from the city centre, but this train basically goes all the way to it. Yeah, so you need to leave yourself a bit of time. We got like 5 stops before we get to the airport. Hello Kitty! We got the Hello Kitty train. Half of it is Hello Kitty and the other half is a 30th anniversary of the JR Haruka line. What? But they've all got the Hello Kitty stuff on the inside. It's very strange. Anywho, we gotta go up to Kansai Airport. Bex, you ready to go up to Kansai Airport? Or would you prefer to stay here?
50-50.
50-50.
Do you want to go up the escalator or do you want to keep going to the lift?
I think we should go to the lift. That's a long escalator to fall back down. When you come into the airport through the train, you come out at this little lobby area here. You've got Terminal 1 on the left, Terminal 2 to the right. We are flying internationally to China, firstly. So we got to go over this way. So it said on the board, check-in H. So we are following this light blue line, which is international. And then we got to go and drop our bags. We're going to do a bit of reorganisation, I think. Japan just has such amazing merchandise. I don't even know where we're going to keep half the stuff.
Sorry?
I didn't even know where we're going to keep half the stuff, I was saying to the guys. Like,
when you get home?
Yeah. Probably on the floor of my office.
Yeah, probably where everything goes. Or under the spare bed.
Under the spare bed is always a good one as well. Yeah. Slight chicken and egg sheep situation over at check-in here. Because everybody was queuing up. Nobody was going for check-in. And I went up. I chanced it because I was like, something's not right here. Went up and was like, hey guys, when's check-in open for the Shanghai flight? She's like, well, you can check in now if you want. I was like, what? So just went over there, and Becky and I were literally the only people at the check-in desk. We had like 5 people looking after us. Because we're flying into China, they have to make sure that you have an outward one if you're doing a transit visa.
And they have to like essentially inform China that you're on your way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
China, we're coming for ya. Yeah, pretty much that, right? It's a weird situation.
It's mad to think that happened and how big the country is. Like, how do they manage that with so many people and so much land?
Yeah, it is very strange. So because I'm on a Chinese visa, I have a full tourist visa for China. I'm fine. Every time I go for the next 18 months, not an issue at all. I can just walk in. Doesn't matter, I can do what I want now. However, Becky changed her passport after we went to China. If you haven't checked out our China videos, do go and check them out because they're a lot of fun. But because she changed her passport, she now no longer has a visa to get into China, so she's on a transit visa. I think you can do something like 140 hours.
You've got your screwdriver still.
Who brings this stuff to the airport, really?
Yeah, but do you actually have your screwdriver?
No. I remember these. I remember these being a real big deal.
What is
back
that?
in the day. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but it's in a credit card form.
Oh.
And everybody was giving them away. It was amazing. But yeah, so Becky has to, like, Becky's the problem, basically, is what I'm saying.
I'm a big problem.
She's a big problem. But our flight is delayed by, like, change departure time 21:55.
But she said it was an hour.
Yeah, so we're not too sure when we're flying out. Honestly, 5 minutes to get through security and immigration.
As we would say in the theme park biz, security was a walk-on.
We would say that in the theme park biz. It was definitely a walk-on. 5 minutes, wow. Absolutely amazing. So, just looking for some food now. Going through duty free. Large waiting area with nice seats here. looking for food, we're going to go for the onigiri burger. We're here, and it's over there, 13. This looks really interesting, this place. So we've got a samurai Kobe beef steak, prime Kobe beef, sukiyaki, prime Kobe beef, barbecue yakiniku, plump prawn, spicy chicken teriyaki, and then that's basically a vegetarian one. We got the onigiri burger. It says have a nice flight, that's cute. And a croquette. So Becky got one, and she already started eating. That mincemeat in there, basically. And I've got one which is like basically kebab meat. Croquette, and this was 5,000 yen.
Kebab meat Kobe beef though.
Kobe beef, yeah. How much is 5,000 yen? £22? £25? £24. She's trying to say that whilst eating. It's difficult to understand. Yeah, £24. It's not too bad. For airport food, I did think it would be...
It's not massive.
No, I did think it would be cheaper than that though. But it looks like it's going to be a mess to eat because it's kind of like open all around. If you're in Kansai Airport, I wouldn't bother with that
I don't think there are many options.
onigiri burger. There really aren't. No, there's like 5 or 6 restaurants and they're all
and there's
weird.
nothing even the other side before security. There's nothing. Before security, there's nothing.
Maybe it's downstairs.
What, in arrivals?
Like domestics.
Maybe.
No, because we went straight up to international and we didn't look around in the airport at all because we didn't know. We didn't know our flight was delayed. And you never know with airports, right? Like, you go into Orlando International Airport and it's all pre-security in A and B, but there's all post-security in C. You just never know. But that wasn't that great. If you're gonna, I would stick to just getting the potato croquettes.
Yeah, that was nice.
They were amazing. 300 yen. Get yourself 3 of those. That'll fill you up. And it's cost you less than a £5. Pro tip, the burger just wasn't worth it. There's our plane, the Juneyao Air. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it was the cheapest flight that we could find at the latest time that we could find to get us over to Shanghai. So that should take like 2.5, 3 hours or so to get over. Layover in Shanghai for the night, staying at a hotel there, and then we take off with British Airways back to London in the morning. One problem we actually may encounter on this flight is every single person in this queue has additional bags. So they've gone to duty free and they've bought like 4 additional bags and they're taking it on the flight. So if we have to check our bags when we get to the front because they say there's not enough room on the airplane, I'm going to be fuming. I really will be fuming because like everybody, like the guy behind us has got like 4 boxes of something in a bag and then more stuff in there as well. It's like a bento box size box. There was a couple that were sat on the chairs opposite us whilst we were waiting for the flight. They honestly had like 5 or 6 bags as well as like rucksacks and stuff.
And there is the usual limit, like 1 suitcase size bag and 1 like hammock. There is like a limit, but
nobody's said anything
we'll
so
see
far.
whether it's going to get enforced. A lot of people have like look at that over there.
Don't know if you can see that in central pay.
Repacked. But to the right, to the right.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they've just repacked and then left the bags on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know if that's they're trying to get the bag numbers down or.
There's loads of bags around here. Trying to get on the flight and they scan your boarding pass, just tears it in half.
That's only annoying because you're already annoyed. Otherwise, that would have just been like,
Yeah, we're fine. I went and asked somebody if there was enough space in the flight for all of these bags, and he was like, "Yeah, you'll be fine." Let's see.
We will see.
I'm gonna be
To be
causing.
fair, we're not even. Well, I think we're about halfway through the pack, so we might be all right when we get in. But we'll see what happens when everyone else boards.
I'm gonna cause chaos if anything happens. 33. A and B. A this side. Okay, alright. Yep.
Do you want to?
We are seated. Finally. There wasn't enough space for our bags. Just, I had to move people's bags. And then the looks I was getting. Because something fell out of their bag. Because they hadn't packed it in right. It was like a stuffed toy or something. And it fell onto the floor. And I just picked it up and put it straight in the back of the bag. And they just looked at me like, how dare you touch our stuff? But they'd like laid it flat. Is that what Becky? I think Becky was just about to say that. They'd laid it flat rather than putting it up. So I turned it up because it's taken up the whole thing. It's just not on. It's just not on. But yeah, we are sat down. There's not a massive amount of leg room, but we are in economy. It's not too bad. It's like a 3-hour flight or something. It's going to be the same amount of leg room tomorrow, to be fair. Times like this, I'm thankful to be short. If I was much taller, I'd be frustrated. Let's have a look at the seat area, shall we? Right, so we were given a pillow. It's actually a nice feeling material on the outside.
Like that nutty.
Yeah, the netty stuff. And it's got the logo, the airline logo. I think it's just a cheap Chinese airline. It says here we've got Wi-Fi, in-flight Wi-Fi service. Doesn't say whether it's free, but in-flight Wi-Fi service.
I think it is. I think I'm on it.
Are you?
No.
No, I don't think you are, because it wouldn't start until we are in the air. We got our meal service, just come in this little box. Let's open it and see what we've got. Water, milk maybe? Thing of bread. And whatever this is. Not in English at all, so I don't know what it is. That's everything apart from a wet wipe. It does say wet wipe in English, that. I know that's bread obviously, but I don't know what this is. We have landed in China. Not a bad flight. The cabin was very warm though. Very, very warm. So that part wasn't fun. One thing that was good though is they gave us the landing cards. They didn't do that on the BA flight over here the first time, so we were in a bit of a tricky situation when we landed. We had to fill them out, well, here basically. So when you come, you've got to come and do your fingerprints, do your landing card just before immigration. Because we entered China previously as well on these passports, we don't need to do the fingerprints. We need to scan and get a card or a slip of paper that says you did it, but we don't actually need to do it. So that's pretty good. And now we just need to go through immigration because we are here in transit. Becky's going to get the 144-hour visa. We've got to show them that we're staying here. We've got to show them that we're leaving tomorrow. We got through arrivals. I'll go through it all in a minute with you about the process, but we've come out and we've got to follow the signs basically for taxis. There are probably 20 people outside asking you if you want to get a taxi. But ignore them and just follow this. We've arrived at our hotel, the Holiday Inn Express. We've just checked in here. We can take the lift up. We're on floor 5. Oh, we need to scan our card. Right.
It was a stressful hour or so.
That was. I'll explain when we get into the room in just a second. We'll give you a very brief tour. Alright, we're in. bathroom. Looks nice and modern in here, actually. Then we come into the main bedroom area. Got a little nook there. If we're staying here any longer, that'd be nice. Large bed. Little wardrobe area there. Kettle. Bottles of water. Nice, nice, nice. Got a safe under there as well. And do we have a view? Not really. Not really. But we've got plug sockets. Next to the bed we've got USB sockets as well. Not bad. Not a bad room at all. It feels so good to lay down. So, firstly, landing, we thought everything was going to be nice and easy. We forgot that you have... Well, we didn't do it last time, so that's why we forgot. You need to do a special form for the transit visa, but there's not really a lot of signs up anywhere to say that you need to do it. So we got to the front and we had this really, really arsey immigration guy who was like, where's your form? And we're like, well, we've got the arrival card. And he's like, what visa are you getting? And we told him that I hadn't a visa, and he obviously wasn't listening to that because that comes up later on. Becky were trying to put on the transit visa, and he's like, where's your form for the transit visa? And we're like, well, we've got the arrival card, that's right. And he's like, no. And then he thought we were on the Hong Kong flight because he's just not paying any attention.
But I think he thought we were on the Hong Kong flight because we've been waiting so long from Osaka, it wasn't possible that we were still waiting from Osaka.
Yeah, they had literally like two people doing immigration on one side, and then the other side. Yeah, every time a new one came, they closed one. So it was just like alternating, close, open, close, open. Anyway, we ended up waiting in immigration for what seemed like 45 minutes or an hour or something. It wasn't even that long a queue. And then when we went through, eventually, he let Becky through once she'd done her form, and he says to me, oh, I'm going to put you on your visa rather than the transit. I'm like, yeah, of course you're going to put me on my visa. But I'm not going to do a transit visa, am I? I'm here on a visa. I've got a visa. Use that. And then we waited probably another 45 minutes for bags, the other side, after waiting 45 minutes. So the baggage altogether took like...
An hour and a half.
An hour, yeah. Everything altogether took like an hour and a half. It was ridiculous. And the problem is, I didn't want to film, there were signs up saying don't film and stuff. They were just crowding the baggage claim.
Yeah.
They're pitting their trolleys literally up to the conveyor belt. And it's like, guys, you're not going to get your bag any quicker by being 5 centimetres further forward. Just stop. Just stop for a second, please. It was a complete mess. Probably the worst arrival experience I've ever had. And we've done this so many times. I think part of the problem is there's no manners here. And that's not to be like, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody.
Different customs.
But because nobody's got manners, it doesn't matter to them. So when we come over, we're like, hang on, this is a juxtaposition. Coming from the UK, then coming from Japan, where they've been like serving us on silver platter, so kind to us for 3 weeks. Like, it was... Going through the airport was torture. From the moment we left... Well, from the moment we got in the queue in Kansai Airport to get on the plane, to the moment we... Well, even now, it was torture. And then the taxi driver, we got a taxi. You can't pay by credit card, you have to pay by Alipay. So just bear that in mind. If you've even got a transit for a night, you need Alipay. And then...
And it ain't easy to set up, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain to set up. And you have to forgive us, obviously Becky's trying to sort everything out ready for bed. But the taxi driver got really, really arsey. But he got really arsey in Chinese because we're giving him a short trip just around the corner because we've got an airport hotel. It's like, dude, just chill. You're getting a drive. You'll be back there in a minute. I think the problem is there's so many of them there that he's going to be queuing now for a while, and he's obviously not happy about that. But it is what it is. Room's nice. Check-in's nice. We got breakfast in the morning. Check-in was really easy. Just checked our passports. Like, yep, you're all good. And then breakfast in the morning, if I remember correctly, it's quite nice. We have stayed here before, so that was part of our actual China playlist. We came here when we were travelling from Beijing to London. So yeah, breakfast will be good. And then we're flying with BA from here to London Heathrow, so that should be good. The flight should be okay, I hope so. We've got 2 seats together, which I'm thankful for. We generally don't pay for the seats, but see how the flight is tomorrow. I'm yawning, I'm so tired. I need to go and brush my teeth and get ready for bed. I want to die. I want to curl up into a ball and sleep for weeks. It's been a long day. See you in the morning. So we've come down for breakfast. Show you what we've got. Chinese fried noodles, Chinese style noodles, vegetables, tea egg, corn and sweet potatoes and bean pan. Standard congee, chicken congee, hash browns. Yeah, kind of it really. What else over here? Oh, eggs. Okay, there you go. That is the breakfast offering. One of the things that we do find useful about this hotel is they offer a shuttle service to the airport, to the departures. So it's around about every half hour, I think, which isn't too bad. It is free as well, and you know, for like 50 quid for a hotel for a night. A brand that you recognise, breakfast included, comfortable bed, free shuttle. You can't really go wrong. Be prepared when you come into the airport. You do have to scan your bags through a metal detector, X-ray machine, not metal detector. They scan all bags when you come in. We are in here now, and we're flying to Heathrow, so it said go to G. It's looking pretty busy over there. We are somewhat early, so we should be okay. We've given ourselves plenty of time to get through the airport, because I don't want to be late at all. We are through security, we're through check-in, bag drop, everything. We had a bit of an issue doing bag drop because I left the GoPro in the hold luggage, which you're not allowed. You're not allowed any batteries in there, so they were like, you've got to go and double check everything. Remember here that it's hot water, firstly, so make sure. I know you can do both, just yeah. So we had to go and have our bags secondary inspected and take the GoPro out, which meant they were rifling through our dirty undies, which was fun.
And that was a lot of them.
There was a lot of them. We've been away for 3 weeks, right? And he's just like, no gloves. Very strange. We're clean people though, so it's not too bad. And then going through security was fine. It was quick. Had to scan our boarding passes again as you like put your bags on the conveyor belt, which is really weird. We're obviously not used to that, but that was fine. And then yeah, now we're in here. It's not too bad. I've been asked by somebody random in the airport if I wanted to buy an iPhone twice today. It's the same guy. I don't think he got the message the first time I didn't want to buy one. I should have said yes and seen what happened. Probably take me off to a secluded corner and I don't want to know. But yeah, now we have got to go to gate D67. We've got an hour and a half before the flight, which isn't too bad. I don't think we need to get any food really because we've just had breakfast. But we've got a little bit of duty free here. This is like a Chinese one. Just down there is actual duty free with alcohol and cigarettes and perfumes. You've got a Wolfgang Puck just here. Kitchen and bar. We'll go up there and see if there's anything more. I don't know if there'll be a Starbucks here or something. Maybe we can find a Starbucks and just get a coffee. There she is, our Boeing 787, flying out today from Shanghai Pudong Airport, going to London Heathrow. I think it's not too bad a flight. That's I think it's a 12-13 hour flight. Let's have a look. Just double check. Okay, I wish I hadn't checked that. It's a little bit longer than I thought. It's 15 hours and 15 minutes. Very, very long flight actually. One of the longest in the world, I think. Actually, that I hope it's a little bit quicker than that. Seats today, we haven't got a window seat. Because it's such a long flight, you want to be able to get up and get out and stretch your legs, and it's always a bit tricky when you've got somebody on the end of an aisle. So we've picked a aisle in the middle and a middle in the middle, and then it gives us the opportunity to get out without disturbing other people. See how this flight is. It wasn't too bad on the way out. We didn't get as much food service as we wanted, and this is a full day flight as well. It was overnight previously, so we'll see how it goes. We might get a little bit more food this time. Alright, so we're now in the queue to board. We actually have been delayed by around about an hour, so we're supposed to take off at 10:55. We are boarding to get on the plane at 1:15. It says, I've literally just got a text as I'm recording this now. And my text says, we're sorry your flight to London Heathrow is running late. Your estimated departure time is 11:30. So that's actually gone down from 12 that it was a second ago. So hopefully...
Well, it's not going to be 11:30, is it? It's 11:14 now.
No,
so.
that's true. But yeah, we'll see how the flight goes.
Probably bad. Because it's gonna be a long one.
Probably bad because it's going to be a long one, is what she said. But I'll say it properly.
Probably bad because it's gonna be a long one.
Whew. Finally boarding. Finally boarding. What? There's a Starbucks? Ah, all the way down here. I didn't even know. My Starbucks senses weren't tingling well enough. Right, this is a nice jetway actually. Slightly.
Not as lovely as yesterday's.
No, yesterday's one, guys, honestly, you could have got motion sickness on that. It was so bad. Did you get motion sickness on it? Becky's nodding away here. Cathay. We flew Cathay to Hong Kong in the Philippines last year. If you want to go and check out our Hong Kong Disneyland playlist, I'll put a link up in the top corner for that. Right, we are 34, so this is 30 here. I think we've got to go a couple of rows back. Right, we are seated. We're 34 E and F, so we are in the middle. Bit of an old entertainment system here. I think this is probably the same flight we came in on.
Yeah.
Or the same plane even, sorry. Right, we've got, on the seat when we sat down, we had a blanket. We had a pillow with that scratchy kind of material. I can't find mine, but we've got a set of earphones. And that's in the small change, make a big difference bag. And then convenience bag.
Hopefully we won't need it.
And a safety card. That is the Boeing 787. Becky's just opening her headphones. This right, touch the screen and press. Right, we've got 2 meal service options today. We've got vegetarian noodles, or we've got chicken cassoulet, chicken and potatoes. Right, this is a first reveal, guys. First reveal, ready? It's like an unboxing. Okay, that looks alright. It's got chicken, it's got potatoes, sauce has leaked everywhere, but we're good.
Do an unboxing of mine.
Oh, Becky's going unboxing. Oh, okay,
Chow
that looks quite
mein.
nice. It's like it's like a chow mein.
Nice.
Okay, and then we've got some crackers, salad, what looks like a strawberry mousse cake, a bread roll, bottle of water, and what else? Like some soft cheese, dairy type cheese there. Looks alright. Alright, so we just finished our meal service. We got different options. I got the chicken and Becky got the noodles. So we can give you an idea of what we think of each one. So, your noodles?
Not good.
No?
No. Very bland. Like, they looked like they had a lot of flavour, but they had zero flavour. Would you agree?
I would agree, yeah, I did try them as well. They look like a chow mein from, you know, the local Chinese, but just zero flavour at all. It was just like the noodles had been overboiled without any salt.
I don't know what made the colour though.
No, it wasn't soy sauce
Flavour,
or like a curry paste or anything like that. It was just boring. I had the chicken and vegetables, kind of the same experience. It had quite a colourful. It wasn't as bad, but it had quite colourful red, like tomatoey sauce, and it was just so watery and bland. That's probably one of the worst plain meals I've had, short of the ones where you're on like a short 3-hour flight in Asia where it's just a cookie and something like that. Not good at all. One highlight of it though, that little pink cake was good. It was like going back to school. And fresh, yeah. It's a weird thing. It must be something they do in Shanghai. Whoever supplies the food for them just makes a big cake, cuts it up, and then puts it into a little pot and covers it with cling film. Because we had the same experience with Virgin. It was a chocolate cake with Virgin, I think, back in April. So interesting. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have any of that again. It was just not good. Although the person over to my right here has left his cake, and I'm half tempted to like go.
That's his cake. That's rude.
No, it is rude. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. He's a stranger. I tried to steal Becky's cake, but she wouldn't let me.
Well, let me try it. I said it's the same as yours, you little sneaker.
But yeah, no, wouldn't have that again. It was just not worth it. So I hope we get something better later. We've got another 12 hours or so to go anyway, so we've got time. So down at the back, we've got some salt and vinegar crunch greys. We've got jammy dodgers and some dairy milks as well. So we're going to take 2 of each of those, I think. Nachos and juices and stuff. So we've just been given our second food item. This is exactly the same as what we had on the way out. Tortilla chips, nacho cheese, and then a little salsa. So if I remember correctly, when we open these, they'll come in a little cardboard box with a little pot of salsa in there. So Becky and I are just getting one to share. I'm not a massive nachos fan. Becky could quite happily eat nachos at the cinema every single time, couldn't you? cardboard box. Little pot of salsa. Not bad. It's cute. It is cute. So for the next meal service, we had a choice of 2 dishes. We had beef and oyster sauce with rice or a vegetable pasta. I've just gone for the beef in oyster sauce with rice. Becky's not feeling too hot, so we didn't get a second dish. But let's show you what we've got.
We have the beef and we have the pasta.
Here we go, let's have a look. Ooh, that looks like a proper Chinese takeaway dish. So you got your beef in the sauce there, the rice in the middle, and then what looks like spinach and carrots. We've also got what I think is a tiramisu and a little salad there on the side. And I've gone for an apple juice as well. So I'll let you know how this is in just a second. It's so strange. We've had 2 flights with British Airways now. Both times one of the meals has been absolutely fantastic and the other one has been a bit naff. That beef with oyster sauce and rice, absolutely brilliant. Really, really flavourful, really rich. Good portion of beef in there, and then you had really crunchy veg as well. The first meal service was just terrible. It had no flavour, it was very bland. So it's a bit weird, really. We are back on home soil, or home tile, should we say. It wasn't a bad flight, it was fairly easy. Very smooth landing, couldn't record it because we were obviously in the middle there. Becky doesn't know really much of what happened in the past 3 or 4 hours because she was completely zonked.
It's like 2 a.m. for us.
Yeah, we're 8 hours time difference. So yeah, it's like, it is 2 a.m. Yeah, 2:15 maybe. But relatively easy flight. There was just no issues. Big party of students on there. They were very well behaved. Didn't hear a peep from them. Lots of cabin crew on standby on the flight, which was a bit strange. There must have been 10 on there or so. And I think the frustrating thing about that is they were running around changing seats. Like they were probably worse than the paying passengers because they were like getting in people's way. They were like, the paying passengers were sat there, and then the standby crew would be like, "Oh, can I get off? Can I get up? Can I move? Can I? Yeah, I want to move over to that seat. I want to do this. I want to do that." So it's a bit like, I don't know. It's just a bit frustrating. I always forget this part at Terminal 5. We don't fly from Terminal 5 very often, but we've got to get a tube, like a shuttle train, to go there. It's pretty quick, but yeah. This is actually like a lot easier than T3, because T3 is a really, really long walk. We are waiting at baggage claim now. It is taking time. We've probably been here 15 minutes, 20 minutes so far.
Not as bad as last night though. That was like
well,
an hour.
our bags haven't come yet. We don't know if it's as bad as last night at Shanghai, but we'll see. See how long this takes. We'll update you. Crew bags are off first, rightfully so. And we're just waiting on ours now. So we're still waiting on the bags, unfortunately, but they're slowly coming out one at a time. We'll get there. I think we waited about 30 minutes, 35 minutes for the bags there. That was a long time. Now we have just come out of arrivals. We've never flown into Heathrow and got a taxi before, so Becky's just trying to figure out where we've got to go. We think we come out here. We think. Okay. Says taxis there. Short stay car park. Lifts to short stay car park. Okay. So that's where the Ubers come from, the short stay car park. Always recommend an Uber and not a black cab because it is like 4 times the price. We've just come out, level 1, follow the walkway to ride hail, private hire, passenger pickup, waiting area. And I think Becky said it's in row R. Ooh, this person is literally touching. Oh. Right, row R. So we're at L at the moment, so we've just got to keep going all the way down. All right, so that's it. We are back. Whew. It's the next day. We've we've had a long rest after a long travel day. Flying back east like that, it's like flying to the US, and you have to sort of stay up for an entire day.
It's a long day, but to be honest, the next day you get back into routine quite quickly, don't you?
Yeah, you sleep overnight.
Yeah.
You've had a long day. You sleep overnight. It's great. Yeah, it was quite an easy travel day. I mean, like, we did it in a bit of a weird way. We didn't have a direct flight because those direct flights can be really expensive. So we was, as you saw, booked to go from Osaka to Shanghai and then Shanghai to the UK. It was relatively straightforward for me to get in on the 144-hour visa because I've got a visa for China. You don't. So, well, I didn't use the 144-hour visa. I just got in on my...
Although they almost wanted to make you do both.
They did, yeah. They wanted me to do 100.
I just was...
We had such
out to get us, I think.
Yeah, it was awful. It was really awful. And then Becky, like you saw, I was having a bit of a rant on it, but you know, your experience there was just awful.
Yeah.
The whole immigration experience in China was terrible. But
yeah,
you know, you only have to do it like once, and then you don't have to do it until the end again. You know.
I think it's as well because we queued a long time, and by the time we got to the front, it was really late, and we knew that we were going to have to get up really early, and
yeah. Not ideal. Getting taxi was nice and easy, although the taxi driver was a bit of a pain.
But I think that was only easy because we knew what we were doing.
And we'd had Alipay and stuff like that.
We've been before to China.
Yeah.
If without that, I think we would have probably been in a bit of a panic.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, we went to the Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn was nice. Yeah. We enjoyed it last time we went there. We enjoyed it that time. That's why I rebooked it again. It was like £40 or £50 or something for the night, which is fine.
Direct shuttle bus. We didn't do the shuttle bus on the way there. We did it on the way back.
Yeah, we did it in the morning
because we didn't know the timings and where to go. And it was easy. And it was like, how much was a taxi? Like less than a tenner. Like
very, very, very cheap. I think it's like £2.50.
Yeah.
Well cheap. And then flying back with BA. I mean, you slept for most of it, so well, you didn't.
Yeah.
If you can sleep for most of it or rest for most of it, then it's not a bad flight for you. For me, the food was just a bit like you had one good meal, you had one bad meal. It seemed
I didn't eat.
You didn't eat either way. Like you didn't eat either of them. But on the way out, we had one good meal, one bad meal. On the way back, we had one good meal, one bad meal. So it just seems like
the snack selection is better on BA than Virgin. I have to say.
What, the chocolate, the jammy Dodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like proper actual snacks.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's quite good. BA, I mean, I don't overly rate them, but you know, I wouldn't actively avoid them if they were a good price.
If they were a similar price to flying with China Eastern or somebody direct over Russia, I would do that. To save for 4 hours or
fly with like China Eastern or something like that. Yeah, it's unfortunate at the moment you can't fly over Russia unless you're flying with a Chinese carrier. It's really...
But that that 14 hours feels long. Like,
does.
if we could do 4 hours less, even if it was a little bit more money, I would do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree. It's just long. It's long. A bit weird for us coming back through Terminal 5 because we normally fly with Virgin, but Terminal 5 was like, it was really easy coming back. Nice to have shuttles rather than walk miles like you have to do at Terminal 3.
True, but the shuttles were a bit like, because I got like crushed, didn't I, by that lady. It was just like, kept driving her pram into my leg, and I was like ending up doing the splits.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone's coming off the plane at the same time, it's just really tight in there.
Yeah, it's not ideal, and it's not it's not really clear either because a couple of people got off the shuttle halfway, and because it was like connections and then arrivals was the next one, so it just confused a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, really cool trip overall. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series following along. I mean, if you want to let us know down in the comments what your favorite video was and what your favorite part of it was, let us know. I mean, what was your favorite?
My favorite thing that we did whilst we were in Japan was the sumo wrestling, like the show that we did. That was really cool.
You know, when you go to work and they say a new job and they're like, introduce yourself and give yourself a fun fact. That is going to be my new one going forward. I've officially competed in a sumo match in a proper dojo. That's very cool. That
is very cool. It was really cool. I really liked that. It was really like interactive, and it felt like cultural but still like, I don't know, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they were good at like bringing the audience into the experience, whereas I was expecting kind of just like a demonstration and then we're done, but it was a really like all-encompassing thing. Very happy with that. For me, I mean, I was always going to say Disney. I think like walking into Disney Sea.
Yeah, I have to say Disney Sea I think is probably my favourite part now.
That was one of my favourite moments. I was so, like, I was well emotional going in there. It's really weird because you kind of like, I don't know, like as Disney fans you kind of set yourself a goal, like I'm going to go and do all the parks, and it's one of those like, yeah, all right, yeah, you're not gonna to actually do it and to make Disney Sea our final one as well. That was really cool. Now the first day in Disney Sea was a bit like because it was raining, but
it was hard.
3 days in Disney Sea in what could arguably be the best Disney park in the world, like all-encompassing Disney park in the world, theming second to none. The rides, there's a few clones, but like
and the show, I believe that was really good.
The show was really good. Now, one thing I will say about that, I've watched it online since we got back, and there's actually more fireworks at certain times of the year. We've done it in the summer season where there's less fireworks because there's more wind, but in the winter they put more fireworks into it. The final, there's loads of fireworks coming out of the barge, so a bit frustrating about that, but I read online that basically Tokyo Disney doesn't do fireworks, and we can kind of see that really. They're very much reliant on projections and barges and stuff. But yeah, what a trip. That was, I don't think we're going to do anything like that again for a little while. Not something as big and crazy as that.
We've been planning that for a long time.
We have, yeah. And the next, like one of the next big trips that we've got coming up, we are going to Universal's Epic Universe. So stick around for those videos as well. That's
going to Orlando twice next year, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got 2 trips officially booked for Orlando. Epic Universe being one of them, the opening of Epic Universe. And then we're there later on in the year, the Halloween Christmas changeover, which will be pretty cool. And we're obviously going to have loads of videos up in between as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series and you enjoyed following along with us on our Japanese antics, because we've really had a lot of fun filming these videos.
I think the other thing that I really liked about going to Japan, the Japan parks, because the Japan, of all the Asian parks, Japan is more of a resort.
Yep.
But I think comparing Japan with Orlando, Japan has more like culture. It feels like a bit more like you're on holiday. Whereas Orlando is a bit like, not uncultured, but like there's nothing like, oh, that's a bit fun and kooky.
Yeah. I do get that. You know, you can get your chicken tenders, your chips, and your burgers at every single stand in Orlando, whereas all the snacks are like slightly unique and a little bit interesting. And you had your salted caramel macaron that you said was better than a Mickey Premium bar.
What was it, Macron? What was it?
Monica, that's it.
Yeah, that was nice.
Not ideal, but we really would suggest, if you can, get out to Tokyo Disney. It is.
Yeah, if you were going to go and do any of the Asian parks, I'd say Tokyo Disney and then Universal Beijing at the top.
Yeah, for sure. And then Shanghai Disney is really nice as well, but again, it's not one of those like resorty type places. But it's hella cheap as well. It's hella cheap at Tokyo Disney. You know, the hotels, we're talking like 300-400 quid a night for a theme park view room. Just doesn't happen in Orlando, does it? It's just crazy. Expensive to get there, very cheap when you're there.
Yeah, I think it would balance out easily.
It would really balance it out, yeah. And the tickets for a day ticket is like £50. So, you know, you think we buy the 14-day tickets for £600, you know, you can get 12 days of tickets out of that £600 for Tokyo Disney. There's only 2 parks, but the parks are full. You know, you've got a lot to do in the parks. And, you know, I think we did struggle, actually, with Tokyo Disneyland in particular, because, like, we had Harmony and Colour.
We didn't get hardly anything done in Tokyo Disneyland.
Then we had the Halloween show.
Yeah.
The Halloween parade.
Yeah.
The Harmony and Colour Halloween parade. Then you've got Reach for the Stars, the fireworks.
We literally did one day where we basically just watched shows the whole day.
Yeah, and we did rides, but you know, there's a lot of things. We didn't do any character meet and greets.
We didn't do a lot of the smaller rides that are like duplicates. We didn't do.
Yeah.
We could have spent another 2 or 3 days in those parks easily.
Yeah, and just chilled.
Yeah,
for sure. So definitely get yourselves out to Tokyo Disneyland. Universal Studios Japan.
I would come back via Beijing.
Or get yourself Express. It's expensive, but get yourself Express if you're going to do Universal Studios Beijing. Super Nintendo World was fantastic though, so yeah, Donkey Kong Country's open now. Unfortunately, it wasn't for us there, but it is what it is. We'll see it at Epic Universe. So if you guys have enjoyed the video throughout, give thumbs up to appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. And we'll see you on the other side. Thanks.